Introduction to crop diseases. A diseased plant is prevented from performing to its maximum potential due to an abnormal condition affecting the plant. A portion of the plant may be affected, or an entire plant may be impacted by the disease. The Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations estimates that plant diseases cost the global economy around $22 billion. They also suggest that crop diseases drive a 10% loss in agricultural production in the United States of America and 20 to 30% globally. These statistics demonstrate the importance of understanding, identifying, removing, and preventing crop diseases. Diseases and pests. Diseases originate from living organisms. A disease is considered infectious when it can spread between living organisms. In agriculture, infectious diseases can impact crops and livestock. This presentation will review crop diseases. Diseases. A pathogen is an infectious agent, usually an organism that causes disease to its host. A common term for pathogen is germ. As with animals, pathogens can infect crops. A disease vector is any living agent that carries and transmits a pathogen to another organism. An example of a disease vector is a mosquito spreading malaria. There are a number of plant disease vectors, including aphids, whiteflies, and psyllids. In Nigeria, whiteflies are of particular concern. We'll learn more about these in the next unit. The photo seen is courtesy of Connected, a vector-borne disease network housed in the University of Bristol, UK. There's a link here that you can click for more information. Diseases and parasites. Since a disease, whether or not carried by a disease vector, relies on the plant to survive, it can be considered a parasite. A parasite is an organism that lives in or on another organism, known as the host. While some parasitic relationships are symbiotic, benefiting both parties, the majority are not. In agriculture, for instance, the growth of crop disease almost always causes death or significant decline in the health of the host. Examples of crops not performing. So you can see there's a leaf here with some leaf spots, some roots that are healthy, some plant roots that have root rot, and some wilted plants here. So symptoms of diseases or pests can be localized or systemic. Localized symptoms involve individual parts of a plant organ, such as a leaf spot, or whole plant organs, such as root rots or blights. Systemic symptoms affect the entire plant, as with wilt or stunted growth. There are many signs that a crop may not be performing to the maximum potential. Examples of these signs include plants withering or wilting, as in the photo on the right. Plants that are short in stature, suggesting stunted growth, as with the yam plant below. Plants producing less greenery and/or fewer branches or roots, as with the B row of corn here, shown below. Plants producing fewer flowers, fruits, and/or seeds. Plants with an abbreviated lifespan, rotting or dying. Plants with a reduced seed germination rate, i.e., less than 50%. Crop diseases. Some crop diseases have multiple varieties caused by different pathogens and growing complications. Among these are chlorosis, blight, and wilt. Chlorosis. Chlorosis is a condition typically caused when leaves do not have the nutrients they need to synthesize needed amounts of chlorophyll. It can be brought about by a combination of factors. Leaves affected by chlorosis are pale yellow or yellow-white. The conditions which would cause chlorosis vary from species to species. Some of the conditions that cause chlorosis include a specific mineral deficiency in the soil, damaged and/or compacted roots, lack of nitrogen and/or proteins, a soil pH which can cause waterlogged roots, certain agrochemicals, ozone injury, bacterial pathogens, fungal infection. The maize plant, shown on the left of the image here, has chlorosis. Blight. Blight generally refers to the widespread chlorosis, the rapid browning and eventual death of plant tissues that are traditionally green. Several diseases which cause blight are often deemed to be blights. Notable blights include the potato blight that led to the Great Irish Famine, was caused by the water mold Phytophthora infestans. The fungus Cochleobolus heterostrophus caused the southern cornleaf blight, which led to significant loss of corn in the United States in 1970. Chestnut blight, caused by the fungus Crypphonectria parasitica, has almost eliminated mature chestnut trees in North America. Citrus blight infects citrus scions. Its cause is unknown. Fire blight of palm fruits, caused by the bacterium Erwinia amylivora, is a significant disease of pear trees. It is also found in other fruits such as apple trees and raspberry bush. Wilt. Like blight, wilt is both a disease and a condition caused by other diseases. Wilt causes non-woody plants to lose rigidity. It is possible to reverse plant wilt. You'll learn more about this disease of wilt later in this presentation. Controlling crop diseases. It is important to recognize the signs that would indicate crop diseases, pests, or other cause of failure to thrive early. You should practice prevention to avoid issues. If a problem arises, then identify and treat the cause of any problem as quickly as possible to prevent loss of crops. The general methods to control crop disease are reviewed on this and the following slides. 1. Crop rotation helps to replenish nutrients in the soil, but it also discourages pest and disease inhabitation. Crop rotation interrupts the life cycle of pests and diseases as their preferred food source is not guaranteed. 2. Sterilization or soil treatment reduces or eliminates pathogens and weed seedlings with high heat and pressure. This also interrupts the disease or pest cycle. Plowing and maintaining proper soil nutrients and minerals also support healthy crop cultivation and deter diseases and pests. 3. Although it is not necessarily the preferred method, burning infected crops and crop residue also reduces pathogens and pests on the crops and in the soil. 4. Roguing or uprooting, the reduction of crops with undesirable qualities, helps to identify and eliminate infected plants. 5. Timely and regular spraying of agrochemicals, such as insecticides targeting the vectors of disease, can help prevent and or control crop diseases. 6. Proper farm hygiene, including regular personal hygiene and the cleaning of tools, implements, and vehicles, prevent cross-contamination by diseased plants. 7. Pre-treating seeds and using disease and pest-resistant crop varieties helps to prevent crop disease. 8. The timely planting and harvesting of crops can help to avoid attraction of disease vectors. One of the key weapons in preventing and treating crop diseases is an agrochemical sprayer. used for chemicals like pesticides. 2 drawings of a knapsack sprayer can be seen below. They include features like a nozzle, a wand, a trigger or some sort of spray control, a tank, a delivery or supply hose, a pump and pump handle. In order to best prevent and control diseases, you should know how to use and be able to recognize the parts of a knapsack sprayer, their uses, and proper cleaning and maintenance. Uses of a knapsack sprayer include applications of fungicides, bactericides, and nematicides, liquid fertilizers and foliar spray, pesticides and insecticides, plant hormones, and herbicides.